I want to now introduce to you some funny limits, limits that you are going to use when doing mathematics. Now, this is the limit of 1 over x as x approaches infinity. This value of this limit will also always be 0. Now, how does that work? Well, you can imagine if you have 1 divided by 100, it is already a very small number. If you say 1 divided by, let's say, 10,000, it's going to be 0,0001. Well, now you can imagine, let's say this is a very big, a very large number. Then you have 0,0000 and the 1 there somewhere. So now you can just imagine if this denominator becomes larger and larger and larger, this the value, the answer will tend to 0, and that's where that's why it's 0, because as x approaches 0 infinity, so it's 1, in a sense it's 1 divided by infinity. In a sense, you can't really write that, but if you can just for example's sake, consider that 1 divided by infinity is 1 divided by a large number, then it will approach it will become, the limit of 1 over x will be 0. Let's look at another limit that you will also come across, and I'll just use a different color here. Let's say you have the limit as x approaches to 0 from the negative side of 1 over x, so the limit of 1 over x as x approaches 0 from the negative side. The answer is negative infinity. Okay, how is that? Well, if you have 1 divided by negative 1, that's negative 1. If you have 1 divided by negative 0,5, so this one is already coming closer to 0. So 1 divided by negative 0,5, it's going to be negative 2. You can just check that on the calculator. Then if you have 1 divided by negative 0,01, let's say 0,01, that's going to be negative 1,000. Okay, the point is, the smaller this number becomes, but it's still negative. So you say 1 divided by negative, and that, or the plus divided by negative, that will always be a negative. That's why this number will be a negative. But the smaller and the closer it goes to 0, the larger this number will become. And that's why if you say 1 divided by, now a very small number, the 1 divided by negative 0,000000001, let's say, then it will be a very large number this side. I'll just indicate it like that so that you know. And then obviously if it comes close, very close to 0, your answer will be an infinity large, negative infinity large number. Okay, let's look at the last example. I'll just shift this down a bit. Okay, let's also try another color. Let's say you have a limit of 1 over x as x approaches 0 from the positive side. Then it's going to be positive infinity. Okay, well, again here, let's remember, this is now approaching x0 from the right hand side. So let's say it's 1 divided by 1, that's just going to be 1. Let's say it's 1 divided by 0,5. Now it's already approaching 0, then it's going to be 2, and 1 divided by 0,001, that's going to be 1,000. But you see, it's already becoming larger and larger and larger. Okay, and now let's say you have 1 divided by a very small positive number, and it continue. Then you will have a very large number. I don't know exactly how many zeros that is, but then yeah. So the point is, the smaller this number becomes at the bottom, the larger the answer will be, and because you say positive divided by positive, the answer will still be a positive, and that's why this approaches infinity.